This is really going to benefit things like Bitcoin and small caps.
The Bitcoin price today continues to hit another all-time high, this coming off the recent US election.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning.
Also, Cardano up 30% this week. Altcoins making big news. Watch today's whole video. But with the largest asset manager on earth, BlackRock, along with the other Bitcoin US ETFs, buying more and more Bitcoin every day. Investing expert Tom Lee explains why.
I mean, I think part of the reason investors are getting somewhat optimistic is that President Trump is entering office again, but this time with a lot more knowledge of how to build a cabinet and a team. And so in some ways, this would end up being more market friendly. And I think that's why investors are becoming optimistic. I mean, I kind of agree with the idea that there are animal spirits growing.
He'll never be deficit friendly, will he? I mean, he will be deficit friendly. He won't be, if we cut taxes on tips, Social Security, overtime, remove the SALT cap, extend the tax cuts. If you do all those things, that seems like
it's going to be very difficult to fix the deficit with just changes in taxes and spending. But it's probably why Bitcoin is kind of interesting here, because it's potentially a Treasury reserve asset. And, if Bitcoin rises in price, it actually helps offset the liabilities, which is the deficit.
Wow. So Bitcoin is potentially a Treasury reserve asset that can help fix the U.S. deficit, says Fundstrat's Tom Lee, meaning when Trump said something like this, I guess he wasn't that crazy.
Maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand him a little crypto check, right? We'll hand him a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
And of course, the reason something like this would be possible, because the United States, already one of the largest holders of Bitcoin due to DOJ confiscations, Trump has said that if he's elected, which he was, all this Bitcoin will not be sold. In fact, it'll be held like gold as a national reserve asset.
I am announcing that if I am elected, it will be the policy of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future. We'll keep 100%. I hope you do well, please. This will serve in effect as the core of the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile.
And even if the overwhelming amount of debt that the United States has stays the same, the federal deficit, of course, can be helped, can be mitigated if Bitcoin rises in value and helps offset that. And by the way, the largest asset manager on earth, BlackRock, is still aggressively accumulating. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF is officially bigger than their gold ETF in just 10 months. And this is a signal, the fastest growing ETF of all time. That's an alpha signal right there. And it's not just the US. Remember, the $108 billion Van Eck says the UAE, Argentina, and Ethiopia are already mining Bitcoin with government resources.
Yeah, it's a non-US asset. It's an emerging markets asset. And while we were all hyperventilating about the election over the last week, BRICS had a conference in Russia. There's 6 new members of BRICS this year. So BRICS GDP is now greater than the combined GDP of G7. Of the 6 new members, 3 of them, Argentina, the UAE, and Ethiopia, are now mining Bitcoin with government resources. So there is tremendous urgency outside of the U.S. to find a way to circumvent the irresponsible fiscal policy that we've been running here in the U.S. In fact, Russia announced an initiative. Their sovereign wealth fund is going to invest in a regional initiative to build Bitcoin mining and AI infrastructure throughout BRICS with an idea of settling global trade in Bitcoin. So look, someday, I don't know if it's 5 years, 10 years, Putin's going to die. We're going to look to reintegrate some of these countries into the world financial system, and they're going to be trading with Bitcoin. What are we going to be doing?
Okay.
And what about altcoins? What about altcoin season? Bitcoin dominance seemingly has already topped out. Last time we saw something like this, back at the end of 2020 into 2021, this was altcoin season. Bitcoin losing dominance against altcoins. Bitcoin has been gaining value against altcoins for the last few years. It appears the reversal the trend change has probably taken place. If you remember, subscribers of Altcoin Daily were ready for this about 2 months ago.
It's pretty clear, right? I mean, your two last alt seasons were in the post-halving year. So this is the Bitcoin dominance yearly candles. If you're wanting alt season, you want to see Bitcoin dominance go down, right? The last time you had a big yearly candle where dominance went down was the post-halving year of 2021. The time before that was the post-halving year of 2017. You're right. I mean, you basically said it. I literally think I could say it any better. Essentially, what happens is that people that were riding the Bitcoin train during tighter and tighter monetary policy, they know what's up with the crypto markets. But then when you get to the post-halving year and you get to looser monetary policy and all that good stuff, altcoins outperform.
And let's talk about altcoins implementing. But this shocks me every time I see it, that we're literally about 600 subscribers away from 1.5 million subscribers. Looking at the back-end data, number one, these are the other channels' audiences that watch Altcoin Daily the most. Do you agree with this? But also, 1 in 3 viewers that watch our channel are not subscribed, meaning 2 out of every 3 are. But if you're a part of that much smaller percentile, why not join us? Join the overwhelming amount of daily viewers that subscribe to us. We are literally 600 people away from ticking over to 1.5 million. And this is the sort of alpha that the mainstream media won't share with you. I will. Is ONDO about to be listed on Binance? Well, Binance did just buy some. We see that now in their cold wallet. And they now hold more than 500,000 ONDO coins. Now going over to CoinGecko and looking at markets, we see, no, they don't list it yet. The number one exchange is Bybit, also MEXC, Coinbase, BitGet. Now it appears their wallet is holding it. Time will tell. By the way, you can always go in the video description of any of our daily videos and get a sign-up bonus and deposit bonus just for joining Bybit. Now, the only catch is you must use referral code ALTCOINDAILY, link down below, and then you'll grab a $20 sign-up bonus immediately and earn up to $30,000 in deposit bonuses. Also, special World Series of Trading competition happening now, link down below. And now that altcoin season is upon us, meaning Bitcoin dominance is seemingly decreasing, I think the most explosive part of alt season will officially happen when the wealth effect happens, meaning when Bitcoin price officially crosses that $100,000 psychological level, which could be by the end of this year.
So you were at 150, I think, on Bitcoin, weren't you? But
yeah.
Not necessarily by the end of this year, or?
I think 6 figures is still possible for it before the end of the year, yeah.
And then more next year and the year after.
Yeah, I think because now, post-halving and now Bitcoin's becoming a lot more relevant, and I think maybe the regulatory overhang is diminishing, that there's a lot of upside from here, yeah.
Also looking at newer altcoins, Binance Labs just made a major investment in DeSci. That's decentralized science. If you remember, in my interview with Binance founder CZ, he hinted at this. Couple sentences. What aspects of crypto are you most bullish on? Is it DeSci? Is it meme coins?
So, and then on the investments, there's really 3 subparts. There's blockchain, there's AI, and there's biotech. So very simple. And those are 3 big areas.
Now, Binance Labs specifically invested in Bio Protocol. Bio uses blockchain to fund and develop early stage research, connecting scientists, patients, and investors. WellShare is another DeSci protocol aiming to solve this healthcare crisis that we interviewed. Also, Brian Armstrong-backed DeSci project Research Coin seeing a pump, probably off of this Binance DeSci news. This is a DeSci project I recently took out a position in. Something to note is this is co-founded by Coinbase founder Brian Armstrong. So DeSci is not shrinking, DeSci is growing. And also big news for crypto launchpad Paid, which I'm an ambassador for, founded by Kyle Chasse, friend of the channel. Paid offers certified crowdfunding opportunities made simple and accessible, aka new coins launch off them. And they're doing something very interesting with FDV, fully diluted value launches.
The team here is really taking a big risk by giving away a large percent of the supply at a low valuation.
Because one big thing that even Murad said the reason people like meme coins is because with any other coin, there's early investors that got in at the seed round, the private round, and by the time it launches, the FDV, the fully diluted value with many other coins, it's always just so high. By the time retail, you and me, finally get in, The coin's overvalued and it only goes down.
So they deliberately, I believe, they deliberately list altcoins at extremely high initial valuations so that even after the initial negative 90%, which is inevitable, the seed investors are still up 100x, while retail mistakenly think that it's a discounted bargain. All of the 2024 launches on Binance are literally down only. Every single one except 2. One of them is with.
Paid, in order to solve this, has started almost exclusively only doing stuff that truly benefits the community, aka super, super low FDVs.
And this is the key here. On this community sale, you are getting in at a $10 million fully diluted valuation. Very, very low market cap. We can all agree that's low.
Also, it's not just for like 1% of the coins, or a very, very small percent of the coins offered at this FDV. It's for a more substantial chunk, which I love.
This is also very different from the traditional, IDO on Ape Terminal, whatever, or CoinList, or doing a node sale, or even like Binance Launch Pool. Because on Binance Launch Pool, you are only doing 1 to 3% of the token supply, which means most people cannot get in at that valuation. However, on Paid Network, when they are doing this public sale, they are doing it at a $10 million valuation, and they are raising $1.5 million in this sale. So 1.5 million divided by 10 million, that's 15% of the token supply. This kind of metric means that if you really believe in this project, you have all the opportunity in the world to get in early at that $10 million valuation, because there is 15% of the supply being given away here at that low valuation.
So always cool to highlight the innovations happening in this space that benefit the community. That's the video for today. Like always, see you tomorrow.